What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cess Paulo, and if this is your first time here, kindly consider subscribing to this amazing channel. So today we are going to be changing my curtain boxes. As you can see here, I've already removed the curtain box on the living room window, and now we are going to remove this one on my door. So I had someone come and help me remove this one, because you cannot do everything, guys. Sometimes you need the help of a profession, especially when you're dealing with delicate parts like this. Like the curtain box supports the roof, so I could not have done it myself and risk my roof falling down. As you can see now, the curtain box is gone and it has left a very bad looking place. This is in the bedroom. Also, we had that curtain box which I didn't even paint to white as the one in the living room, and as you can see, I used to put my curtain, I had hung it using a shoestring, because I did not want to buy a curtain rod for the curtain boxes, because I knew I wanted to install curtain rods. So if I bought curtain rods for the curtain boxes, they might not have been long enough to fit the rods, the brackets that I want to install later. So I didn't bother to buy at that time. And now here, this is the kitchen one. As you can see, we've already removed the curtain box, and that is how bad it looks now. Clearly, we have to come here with the paint and also the cornices. We have to install them to just give it a clean finish. And as you can see before, when I was using the shoestring, it did not look good at all. Look at the finish. It's not beautiful, it's not clean, it just doesn't give a good view, and I just hated it. But at least now, finally, I'm going to change it and put something that I will really love. And you see, the curtains were not even long enough. But anyway, now let's go back. You see the sitting room, I have removed it, the window all the way, the door there. Now I have put the corner on the door. So I had to go to the hardware and purchase this wood that you're seeing the carpenter installing there. So that wood is called a corny, or some people call it a corner wood, and this was actually 12 inches. Yes, 12 inches. So you have to purchase this one from the hardware if you remove the curtain box, because you're going to leave a patch there, as you can see. So he just came and installed it for me, both here on the door, the one on the bedroom and the kitchen one. So just 4 pieces of the cornice, that's all you need. Yes, that's how it looks. Now at least it gives a cleaner look, and as you can see, I was left with a big mess that I have to clean up. And well, when you're doing renovations, you have to do a lot of cleaning. So you see, we were also left with these holes, and I made a video on how I covered these holes. So if you'd like to see how these holes, we covered them after removing the curtain boxes and all the pieces of wood, go check my previous video which I did on how I covered these using a builder's filler. So check that video, and without wasting time, now let's go on with our video. As you can see, the holes are all covered up, my walls are now clear, and then I went ahead and painted this place. So when I bought my curtain rods, they came with a few the brackets, but apparently the brackets, I could not use them on the walls, so I had to go back and purchase these other brackets from the Jua Kali, and for each it goes for 100 shillings. And for my house, I needed 9 pieces. I think I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my living room, 2 for my bedroom, and 2 for my kitchen. So because they were gold, they don't have them in silver. Everywhere I checked, they're not available in silver, but luckily you can always spray paint to the color you desire, even if it's white. So for me, because my curtain rods are silver, I spray painted the curtain rods to be silver. And guys, let me drink some water because I'm feeling like my mouth is so dry. So as you have seen, the curtain rod brackets have been installed as well as the cornice, and now let's talk about the curtain rods, because I purchased two types of curtain rods, and I'm going to talk about this one, which is the first one I bought, and you buy it from those shops where they make curtains. And for these ones, they are extendable and they come with their own wall brackets, which are those there, which I could not be able to use because look at this curtain rod, guys. The curtain rod bracket, look at how it looks like. I clearly told the lady that I was changing from curtain boxes to curtain rods, and she still told me that this is the right one to purchase. And you know, you cannot open the curtain rod because it's sealed, but as you can see, if you put this side to the wall, this other side, where are you going to attach it if it's not to another box? So basically it means that this one needs to be installed in a curtain box, not the normal curtain rods that I want to install. So the curtain rods that you're going to buy with those extendable rods, you cannot actually use them to hang if you want to hang the style that I'm going to hang. It's also extendable. Like this one is 2 meters but can be extended up to 3 meters, and it comes as two pieces because they sell you one for the blinder and one for the curtain. But you see, when you extend this curtain rod up to 3 meters, for this one you'll not be able to see clearly, but you'll see clearly in this other one. When you extend it up to 2 meters, guys, it does not look straight. It looks bent. It's not straight. So even when you put the curtains, it shows that it's not straight. So clearly you cannot put this one if you want 3 meters, maybe if you want 2.5 meters, but if you want to extend it up to 3 meters, just buy a curtain rod like this one, which is actually 3 meters, and you don't have to cut it. And if you want to put it in a smaller place, you can just buy the 3 meter and divide it into the small pieces that you need. And actually this one, it's called the chrome if you go to the hardware, and it's half the price of the other one that I showed you, and it does a better job. So I definitely recommend that. And guys, if you want to see how I did the curtains, check out my next video. Mwah.